Welcome back again. I'm so glad you're here with me today again. Uh, like I keep saying, it's just so important that the family is doing their own work when they have someone that is suffering with addiction. Today's video is all about shifting your attitude, but briefly, I want to touch on periods of sobriety. Um, Over and over again, I would make myself sick with drugs and alcohol, and then I would be determined that this was the last time. And I would have 3 or 4 days, maybe, or it could be even a week or two, even up to a month. Um, what I want to talk to you about is the chemical imbalance that I created myself and addicts create themselves. Um, the emotions and the reactions are going to be completely unbalanced, and it's important for the family to know how to kind of operate and navigate being around an addict and an alcoholic. Um, because we come to the people in our lives with a sincere desire to change, and um, often I let my family down over and over again. And it was never my intention. Being sober without some sort of modality or treatment or understanding or coach, it's very, very difficult. I'm not saying that it's impossible, because people do it. But all I want to do is give you the tools to, when you're in that situation, to be able to shift your attitude, because it's going to be very frustrating to watch someone want to change and not be able to change. So we have to kind of tread carefully on the way we operate when we're around alcoholics that are in a period of sobriety, or as short as it might be, because as the family members have completely had enough, and all they want is change, and they're just desperate for that change. You don't really know how to act, and so if, as a family member or a friend, if you're operating, you have all this built up resentment, you have all this built up worry that you haven't really been able to process. So the littlest things, when don't expect an addict to operate in a normal manner by any means. I'm not saying that you want to tippy toe around and be careful what you say or anything like that. The whole purpose of this heart focused breathing, this heart mind coherence, is so that you're operating in a calm, peaceful state. And it doesn't mean that you let anybody walk all over you, but sometimes tough love is necessary. It doesn't mean you do it out of anger, but out of a place of compassion and love. So when you feel that your attitude towards an addict or an alcoholic in your life is starting to shift, and you just want to tell them how to be or how to do, or why don't you do this, these kinds of things, and you're just so internally, you're overwhelmed and you're scared, right? And that starts to change your behavior and your attitude towards an addict. So I want you to rethink of a time. I mean, you probably have a whole slew of examples, but revisit a time where you know that your attitude has just been very far out of your average, your normal character. So you're going to take that attitude, and I want you to write a few examples down on a piece of paper. And I want you to take the time to, after you've done that, I want you to take the time to think of how your attitude could have been better. And I'm not blaming you for anything by any means. All I'm trying to promote is change within the family and the environment for the alcoholic or the addict. So once you've written down a few examples, right now I'm going to walk you through, and you can, after this video is over, you can take your time and do this on your own. So to take those examples and and write down examples of how your attitude could have been better. And again, as we've been practicing, if you've been in the last videos, we've been practicing focusing our attention on our heart, creating new emotions, but this time we're going to recreate those new attitudes, and we're going to really feel those attitudes within us. And as we start to kind of set that program within us, the next time we go to that, we're going to have some sort of practice, some sort of rewiring that happens so that we don't overreact out of anger and fear. So again, once you consider and you want to express this new attitude, let's go back, put your hand on your heart. And again, like we do with the heart-focused breathing, pulling your attention away from all thought, putting all of your attention onto your heart. I want you to start experiencing this new attitude that you want to operate in. Breathing a little slower and deeper than you normally would. Now, having that new attitude in mind, recreate the feelings and the vision. How would it sound? What it would look like? How it would feel? Recreating this new peaceful attitude that has compassion and love and kindness. Really feel that new attitude in your heart. Putting all your attention on this new attitude, recreating it with emotion. Just sit with that new attitude and really feel it. And when your attention goes away, just bring it back to the present moment with your new attitude. Now again, I'm not going to sit with you as long as you need, but play this video again if you need to, but start to practice creating a new attitude in the present moment. We have been training ourselves to live in the past, and we've been training ourselves with worry and fear and anger, and that becomes our familiar, and we'll always go to the familiar. Now, if you can reprogram your system to go to the new attitudes of love, compassion, and kindness, then it's going to be easier for you to get there. And this is going to take practice, so I really want you to dedicate some time into creating this new attitude practice. Thank you so much again, and tomorrow I'll be back in your email. And if you are struggling with these practices, if you need more, if you need to unravel some of the things going on with you, please reach out. You can always book a free call with me, and we'll get into what it is you really need. And thank you for being here with me today, and I'll see you again tomorrow.